Yes! Why am I such a hot mess today? Hello everyone and welcome back to Cosmetic Chaos. Today we are going to do a video with a whole bunch of new drugstore products. So I got as much as I could, kind of gathered up over the last little while. Things that I have maybe bought before and never tried on camera, or things that I've only tried once or twice. So I'm going to... I just got my hair all cut off and I'm not certain how I feel about it. It's doing weird flippy things. Errands, running out in the rain. Oh my god, it looks like I have a black eye. Alright, so I got my little stack of stuff here. Got my little stack of stuff and this too. Look at all these fun things. And we're gonna give it all a try. So full disclosure, I actually missed two products that I'm going to add in here. And that is the Pixi Glittery Eye Quads. So I actually saw a video with Mel Thompson using these and they looked pretty awesome. So I did grab them. I've tried this one so far, which is in the shade Glittery Eye Quad in Gold Lava. I didn't need to say Glittery Eye Quad again, but I did. So I'm going to try and keep this as true to color as I can. And let's give it a go. I'm not going to apologize for Diesel in the background because I think it's funny. For those of you that don't know him, he is a big, giant, white and gray cane corso who has a lot of feelings about a lot of things. He's currently having feelings about the fact that I'm not paying attention to him, so he's kicking off all of the sheets on my husband's bed. So, for context, does his big, giant purse. He's very sweet and he's very needy. So the first product we're going to try out is the Tarte Timeless Soothing Primer. So I did say that I was going to do mostly drugstore, but there is some stuff that is not. And Tati made me buy this. Are you going to stay here forever? I think you should go. I think you just want this. So Diesel likes it. We haven't had a Diesel stealing stuff cameo in quite some time. So see you later. I actually need that. Get back here. So hopefully I don't have to return this now because there's teeth marks in it. So yes, this was a recommendation by Tati, so I'm going to give this a go. It looks a little bit like poo. I do kind of like the jar. There doesn't seem to be a whole ton in it though. 0.5 fluid ounces. What is in the Tatcha? 0.7. So this was $47 and this was I think $62. So like people bitching about how expensive silk canvas is, and this is no better. Oh, that's pasty. That feels like paste. Smells like, honestly this feels like putting mayonnaise on my face. It's not the worst thing. I do like how it feels. I like how it feels, however I'm not sure. It's very strange. Oh god, this is me running after Diesel hair now. It's so strange. It feels so smooth and silky, but I can't quite put my finger on it. It feels very luxurious. If your skin is dry, I don't think this would work out for you. It feels like I've just put like a layer of silk sheets on my face. So this is a smoothing primer. It's supposed to get rid of pores, I guess. Let me go ahead and put that back in the box for now. Okay, so I did pick up the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This I think was like $14 Canadian at, I think I got it at Shoppers. And funny enough, actually, no I didn't, I got it at Walmart. I went into Rexall in Toronto because I work in Toronto. And this concealer was $21.99. I came home and went to the Walmart by my house because I live in a small town near Toronto, and it was $14.99. Can we talk about big city markup? Sweet baby Jesus. For those of you interested, this is in the shade, oh, it's on the top, Cashmere 360. So I'm going to use this as a spot conceal as well as under my eyes. And I've tried this once before. It is a little bit of a drier concealer. It reminds me a little bit of the Born This Way concealer, and this is actually the Infallible Full Wear, and it's called More Than a Concealer. Like, I actually think if I wanted to get away with just the concealer, I probably could. Obviously not like this, because this makes me look like an insane person, but I'm just saying. So yeah, this is a little bit drier formula, which I think is kind of funny because they also released the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation at the same time as they released this little doodad. For those of you curious, it is a large buckfoot applicator. So the reason I find it funny that these were released in the same time and kind of make us believe that it's got the same type of product line, and it comes from the same product line, and it does because it's both from the Infallible. This is in shade 425. This is so liquidy. Like, let me just mind my swatches. Look how freaking liquidy it is. It just runs down my hand. It is running down my hand. I have worn this once before as well. It does give me a little bit more of a sheer coverage than I'm used to, but I actually didn't mind how it looked at the end of the day. I have heard people have very mixed reviews on this, and some people have been saying it's been breaking up on them. They haven't liked the finish. The first time I wore it, did really like the finish, and I was pleasantly surprised at how well it went on, especially considering I am very picky when it comes to foundation, and I'm very red, so it has to cover a lot. And considering how watery it was when it went on my hand the first time, I was surprised that the coverage was so good. Like, it is basically just making my redness completely disappear. And that was no color correction with green or anything. So I did end up using 2 pumps for the bottom of my face and another pump and a half for the top of my face, but I don't feel it looks cakey or like I've got that much foundation on. It's actually a pretty, I'm gonna just straight call it, I like this foundation. I think 425 is a great match for me, but like, check that coverage. Like, that was minimal concealer and all of that redness in my face is gone. You can still see it down my neck, but whatever. Sorry, it comes in 30 shades. I stand corrected. What do we have to say about this? So it's supposed to be lightweight and long wear. I will give it long wear. The last time I wore it, I was going to do a follow-up so I could actually have something else to tell you at the end of this video, but it did last all day. I did lots of errands with just foundation on. I don't believe I powdered it, and that's pretty rare for me. And I really liked how it ended up staying finished. It is very lightweight. Like, I don't feel like gooky. Like, sometimes I put on foundation and it just feels like I'm wearing foundation, like heavy, gross foundation. It says it's the ultra thin formula goes on smoothly to give a fresh complexion that lasts. I would also agree with that. Super thin formula and definitely gives a fresh complexion. For those of you that have been here before and you've seen me do my foundation before, all I have is just some spot concealing and this foundation. Interesting. I'm just looking at the reviews on the L'Oreal site, and there is 41 5-star reviews, 11 4-star reviews, no 2 or 3-star reviews, and 1 1-star review. So its actual rating is 4.7 stars, which is pretty damn good. All right, moving on. We are going to go back in with this concealer and just do under my eyes a little bit because we're looking a little gucky. You really don't need too much with this concealer. Why do I look like I have a black eye? Like, I don't get it. Why? And we're being so lazy right now. So I took a vacation day to do a million errands. Like, I had to do my passport picture, and can I tell you that the passport office rejected my photo? They rejected my face. The government rejected my face. They said it was too shiny. So I'm going to just quickly powder underneath my eyes with not a new product. And this guy is my Nude by Nature powder. This has been in my videos a few times. Oh God, so much powder in my hair. I don't need any help looking white in my hair, thanks. This powder is in my use up in 2019, and I think it's gonna be gone pretty soon. So I'm getting some settling in my forehead just from being so expressive before having set my foundation. So I think this time I will set it so we can get an okay idea of how it's gonna look at the end of the day. even though it's almost the end of the day already. So to set, I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Pores No More just for my forehead to get rid of some of those lines and just down my nose and my chin. All right, so lucky me, when I wandered into Shoppers today, they actually had the Holmes Physician Formula Butter Collection, which I never thought would actually come to Canada, so I was super surprised about that. I know this isn't new to a lot of people, but it is definitely new to me, and apparently possible to open. So if you haven't seen it yet, this is what it looks like. I'm going to use the face products only. I had actually intended to use this Burt's Bees All Glow Stick instead of this, but I tried this during my ABH Riviera video, and it was very disappointing. So this is an all glow stick in the shade 1254 Peach Pond. I like the shade, I like the idea of it. So you're supposed to be able to use this on your cheeks, you're supposed to be able to use it on your lips. So I put this on my cheeks. It made my face look sticky. And not only did it make my face look sticky, it made my face feel sticky. Product was sticking to it. It was like making my foundation move around just where I had put it. If I was gonna use this again, I would use it strictly going on my lips only, and it is actually on my hand right now. This is literally me just going like this. It's a beautiful color, but I just really don't like how it looked on my face. It was really disappointing actually, this product, because it was like 20 bucks, and that's expensive for a little stick. So back into the Physicians Formula and Holmes collection. So we're gonna go into the Butter Bronze, which is the deep shade here, and try and use it as a contour and see what happens. Because we aren't at Cosmetic Chaos if we're not being a train wreck. Oh god. So I have tried Butter Bronzer before, but just in the standard shade, never this one. Oh god, this is very orange. Oh well, good thing I'm not going anywhere. And I do like it, but I'm not as in love with it as so many people are. This is dark. I've had worse. Just gonna run this down the side of my nose a little. My other comment about this is I feel like the packaging is obnoxiously big. Like even when I saw it there, I was like, oh sweet, I can grab that and try it. And I was like, you bought that for sure. It's literally 3 face products and 4 eyeshadows, and really you could have made this over here 4 eyeshadows, put this way, and cut off at least that much of the packaging. I just feel like the packaging is a waste. All right, so we're gonna move to blush, and I'm sorry, Mr. Stick Thing, you're just not gonna happen. I'm going to use this Beauty Big Bang blush in the Copper Cabana Butter Blush. I feel like I'm doing this all up in the pillows, because I normally do my eyeshadow first. I really like this color. So I like this color, and I am digging blush right now, but I feel like this color added into this bronzer is a tad much. So let me just tone that shit down right now. If you could just calm the fuck down, that'd be great. Okay, let's keep in mind I don't have any other product on right now. Okay, so let's go in with the Just Beachy highlight that's got here. And I'm gonna use this like slightly fluffier brush, because from what I understand, this is pretty glittery. Oh, it's not. It's actually pretty nice. I do think the 3 colors are curated together pretty well. And it is going on top of that foundation in a lovely manner. Ooh, I just feel like a glowy bee. I'm gonna toss some of this up in my hairline as well. Am I the only person on the planet that as soon as they get their hair cut, they're like, oh, I hate it, no matter what? Even if they did exactly what you asked for in the picture? Why am I like that? Why am I like this? My skin looks real good, if I do say so myself. And I'm going to quickly pop off camera and do my eyebrows. I'm going to be using different shadow palettes than the Holmes eyeshadow, because I have other things I want to try. And I am actually pleasantly surprised with one of them. And I feel like it's not, well, with two of them, well, with four of them. And I feel like they're not really being talked about that much. So the first two I want to talk about is the Maybelline Soda Pop. And if you've been around my channel before, you know I've talked about the lemonade craze. I didn't like it. I felt the same way about the L'Oreal Peach Paradise. I just didn't really love it. This one, however, I am pleasantly surprised with. The shades are pretty incredible for drugstore, and I feel the same way about this Maybelline matte bar. And it doesn't look like anything exciting, but it actually works really well, and it's been pairing with a lot of my high-end palettes and pairing with them well. So because purples are some of the harder shades to work with and to create, I'm going to use the purple shades in this palette, and I'm going to subsidize them with the two purplish mattes up at the top here. So this light lilac and this dark shade. So I'm gonna go in with this light lilac here first. It picks up on the brush nicely, but doesn't actually kick up a ton of powder in the pan, which is nice. And I'm just going to make a real messy base. So this shade's actually called Empire. I feel like lately I've been having some very good luck with my products, and that never happens. So I'm waiting to get like a piano dropped on my head or something, because you know, it's only one or the other. All right, so very minimal effort. You saw it didn't take too long. It's just a super messy base, so we can have some of the other shades blend into it. I honestly have half a mind to just like leave it like this and put a nice shimmery shade on the lid and then just go about my day looking so fresh and clean. That's the other thing about this I wanted to mention, is it's like effortless. Like you can just toss on one of these matte shades in the crease and just go. Like if I tossed on some black eyeliner right now and some mascara, I could just be done. But because I'm mean and I like to complicate things, I'm going to go in with Cherry on Top, which is this shade here, on a slightly more defined crease brush. And I'm going to put that in the outer corner and just kind of move in here. See what I mean? Like, what is this? Maybelline, who are you? Who are you? I thought that there would never be another palette outside of the Burgundy bar that would make me feel the love like this one does. Oh, that one got away from me. This one kicks up a little bit more than the matte bar. But this one, like, I just like it, you know, man? Like, I just do. Also, LOL at me trying to do my makeup with no glasses or contacts in. Funny story number 2 from today, or from the last little while. Last night I'm trying to get my contacts out and my nails are too long, and apparently I can't get my contacts out when my nails are this long, which is news to me because they were coming out before. Anyway, so I can't get my contacts out, and my husband is like, stop dragging your nails across your eyes, basically. And he had to take them out for me. He had literally had to stick his fingers in my eyeballs and pull out my contacts for me. Okay, so going in with a synthetic BH flat brush, I'm going into Grape Pop, which is this shade here. And I'm going to just finish off the lid. Like, look at this friggin' purple, man. Maybelline, I am not mad at you. Like, I'm not. This is probably a better purple than some of the purples in my frickin' Lila palette, and that just makes me both elated and enraged. Like, what is that about? So I'm really digging the effortless looks. I'm gonna go into Crushing, which is the orange here, and just drag that on my lower lash line. I feel like that blush really toned down when I went back over it with the buffing brush. Okay, so just because I'm me, I am now going to go back in with those matte shades from the matte bar, and I'm going to blow them back out because now my eye has been dragged down just slightly. So going back into Empire, which is the middle shade at the top, I'm just going to fudge this out again. All of these instructions are very technical terms. I went to absolutely no school for this. and you should listen to everything I say because I'm basically makeup Jesus. Can you tell I'm having like a very sarcastic day today? Okay, so this is like my drugstore eyeshadows and you would never ever know. I very much need to commend Maybelline on these two palettes. I'm super, super impressed with them, and I don't say that lightly. I'm pretty critical of drugstore products because of the price point that they're at this point. Like in some places in Canada, these are like $20, $25. This is like $15. I didn't pay that this time, lucky me. I've been keeping an eye to make sure I can grab them when they go on sale. But if I, in my life ever, hit pan on all of these, I would totally replace these palettes 100%. Okay, so I'm going to just pop off camera again, toss on some mascara and some eyeliner because those things never change, and I'll be right back with some final products and some final thoughts. I'm a big fat liar. I totally forgot I wanted to add this in as well. I'm going to use the purple glitter shade here, and I'm not going to put any additional adhesive. I'm going to put this in my inner corner and just a little bit on the lid. So again, I have used this before as well. I'm just going to pat it on the middle of my lid and the inner corner. As with any glitter type shadow, you should always use a glitter glue, but when I'm first trying products out, I don't like to give them an assist of any kind. Guys, I have to apologize that I have to keep like cutting it off. My battery keeps dying like every 5 seconds. So what I've done is I tossed on some Extreme Mascara from Essence and my NYC Liquid liner, which I normally wear, and I am going to go in with the Cassie Holmes Murumuru Butter Lip product. This is in the shade Pop the Bubbly. That feels, whoa! It feels real nice, but that shit is metallic. That is not exactly what I expected, I can't lie. Oh God, it's one of these. Once it's up, it doesn't go back down. Oh God. Why do they make stuff like that? What goes up must come down. That's like a rule. Okay, so for my final step, I'm just going to go ahead and spray on some of this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 Primer Water Prep Set and Refresh. So we're going to do the set stage. I have used this once or twice before. I really like the smell of it, but I haven't had a chance to really use it as a setting spray. I was using it more as a after my skincare to try and take down some of the redness in my skin. Oh God, I love the smell of it. I know not everybody loves the smell of roses, but I do. I don't even love the smell of roses. That's not even true. I like the smell of like rose scented things. Okay, let's give my general thoughts. I do want to start with these. I feel like I'm losing my goddamn mind. Okay, let's start with the Pixi glitter palettes. In Canada, they're $25. Do I recommend them for $25? No, I don't think so. I do like them. I prefer to put them on with my finger than a brush. I prefer to put them on with a brush. I think both of them are good colors. For me personally, I like this one because it has some golds and a cool kind of glitter in it here, which is nice. Definitely put on with your finger. Definitely need some glitter glue for $25. No, I don't think they are worth it. If they were around $15, I definitely would think they were worth it. I pretty much already gave my thoughts on the Soda Pop and the Matte Bar. Definitely recommend both of these babies. These are definitely worth it. If you are just trying to kind of foray into color, I think these are really good options. And if you are more looking for kind of a monochromatic foray into color, I do still strongly recommend the Burgundy Bar as well. This I think is made to go with the Burgundy Bar, in my honest opinion. They are so similar. But the Burgundy Bar is almost all shimmers, and this one, obviously being called the Matte Bar, is all matte. I didn't talk about this, but I actually used to use this all the time and then I stopped, and this is the I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara from Essence. I know a lot of people talk about the Lash Princess. Originally, they used to talk about the I Love Extreme before the Lash Princess was released. It is a bigger brush, but man, it is actually such a nice mascara, especially for something that's only about $5. When you're talking to people who are using $40 and $50 mascaras, I'm not sure if you were walking down the street, anybody could tell the difference between this and like Hourglass Caution. I was going to toss this on my lips and decided against it. It was so waxy feeling. If I could take this back, I definitely would. It's going into my products I regret buying. Again, this is the Burt's Bees All Glow. I really wanted it to work. Why is it like pouring slimy wax on your face? I'm so sad about it. It has this little hydrating little dot in the middle. Like, every concept about this I like, but it just is not executed well. The formula is not executed well. It's just poor execution. Overall, from what I tried in the Casey Holmes Butter Collection, I did like the face products, and I don't know how I feel about that lip product. Like, I mean, it feels nice on my lips, but it looks like I'm trying to be the child I once was when I was 15 and my MAC Pink Frost lipstick was the shit. I'm not totally on board with metallic light pink lips. I think in a different color it may be more up my alley. This one is definitely not my ultimate color. I do prefer like darker shades or browns. This is very pink and very metallic. And not that I don't think it looks like horrific or anything, but I think we could do better. I did end up actually adding some more of the blush. I think when I was trying to tone it down, I toned it down too far. And ultimately, now that my eyes are done, I think that also made my blush and my bronzer tone down quite a bit. The highlight came out much nicer than I thought it would. Yeah, I'm checking myself out on the monitor. I thought it was going to be really glittery. It looks really glittery in the pan, and I stand corrected, and I love when that happens. My foundation had started to break up around my nose, so I just did a quick touch-up of that and powdered it, and that should stop that from happening. So far, I like this foundation. Truthfully, I can't give my go-ahead one way or the other because I have only tried it one other time outside of today, and although that day did go well, I didn't have the rest of my makeup done, and I feel like some of my feelings on it were skewed because I was also wearing that godforsaken Burt's Bees stick. The other face product I have, the other complexion product, was the Infallible Full Wear Concealer. If you have dry skin, I don't recommend this, but I do really like this. I thought I would be repurchasing my ColourPop No Color Concealer. No Color Concealer? Is that what it's called? I don't know, my ColourPop Creaseless Concealer, whatever it's called. I'm having the worst brain farts today. I feel so scattered. I was going to repurchase that, but I think I will probably be able to run through this before I feel the need to get the ColourPop concealer again. That is probably my holy grail concealer, and I am almost done it. It makes me so sad, but I feel better about it now knowing that this is still here and is going to be in my life. And the high-end product I had today was the Tarte Smoothing Primer. And let me just take a closer look at this beat face. It definitely has smoothed my skin a lot. I would like to see how it affects my wear of my foundation. Like, this lip product, man, I don't know about it. Half of me's like, yes, bitch, yes, you are such a glittery princess. And the rest is like, you are an adult professional. What the fuck are you doing? It does do wonders for my teeth though. All in all, I am actually fairly happy with everything. There's a few products that I don't think value for money is there. The Tarte primer is probably going to be one of them. I won't take it back if this wear goes well. I will not return the product, but I don't think I would buy it again. $47 for a half ounce. It's just, it's not cocaine, man. Like, and last but not least, and I'm not sure if I did give my final thoughts on this, but I will give them again in case I didn't, is the Photo Focus Rose Water. And this is the smallest little container. Their setting sprays are always very small, which that's okay. I don't actually mind, especially because I have a million of them. It's cute that there's like little roses on the cap. Like, how cute is that? I like the smell. I probably would prefer a finer mist on the spray if I was going to use it for a setting spray. And I think that I still prefer the Morphe setting spray over this as far as a setting spray goes. For skincare and like a prefab skin distressing, like removal of stress type product, I think I like it for that. Anyway, guys, tell me what you have been trying at the drugstore lately or your favorite drugstore products. I am happy to know. I want to try all the things that I have not yet already. If I had to pick a outstanding product in this video, it is definitely the Soda Pop palette by Maybelline, and I truthfully can't stress it enough when I say I hated Lemonade Grace. I really didn't like it. I think I was trying to be nice when I did my initial thoughts on it on my channel, but when I actually used it a few more times, other than like a matte brown shade in it, I was just like, ugh, this is too much work, and I don't like any makeup that's work. It should be effortless. The industry is so saturated. If things are not effortless, I'm like, why are you even here? Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go and hang out with us here in this makeup chaos. Have a wonderful week.